Hey, what's up? This is Jamal Abbott here to talk to you today about my home office router. This is the Linksys MR8300. The reason why I'm talking about this router today is because I had an issue where the internet went down, maybe just for like a few minutes, but I told my son to go check this router, see if there was a red light on here, and let me know if you see it or not. So when he came back and told me that he saw a red light, I knew instantly that the internet was down. And I want to talk to you today about just how simple and easy this router is for a home office environment. The one thing that drove me crazy about my last home office router is that it really lacked features. At that time, I was just trying to find something cheap and something that would get the job done. And this is before that I really had quite a few devices on my network. So for instance, smart speakers. This is before I had a voice over IP phone. And I think at that time I was really doing a lot of streaming just from like my mobile devices, or maybe like a Roku, or maybe another device that had Netflix on it. But I didn't have a lot of devices really to I didn't really have a whole lot of devices that I needed to worry about at that time. But it wasn't until I started adding more devices onto the network and I started to realize that my older router started to struggle, and then it really started to make an impact on the phone calls that I had coming from this phone. I had phone calls being garbled, I had delays, and it wasn't uncommon for me to have to reset my old router a couple times during the day in order for things to get back up and running properly. But you can only do that so many times before you get tired of having to do that. So I finally bit the bullet and I bought this router and have been pleasantly surprised by its performance. It's pretty much hands off when it comes to routers, and then once it's in place, you really don't have to worry about it. And this is the reason why I like this for a home office environment. Your thoughts and then your focus should be on the job at hand and less on the technology that allows you to get the work that you need done. So that's the reason why I like this. And yeah, so that's what's going on with that. I actually got this router about December or January of this year, and this was a replacement to another Wi-Fi 6 router that I was really looking forward to getting. Unfortunately, I got two defective devices for that Wi-Fi router, and ultimately decided that I want to go back to Linksys because I've known and used this brand for a long time. And so when I finally got this router, I was pleasantly surprised not only by how easy it was to use, not only because it had an app to use for my smartphone, but for the simple reason that there's literally no LED indicators on here except for this little indicator light, which tells you what's going on with the router itself. So what do I actually use this router for? So this router is being used for at least 17 devices for my network. I'm also using this device for my SIP phone, which happens to be connected to 8x8's cloud phone service. And it does a really good job of being simple, easy to use, there's no fuss, and it's pretty much plug and play, and then you don't have to really worry about a whole lot of administration. The bad thing is that since it's simple to use, you can't really administer this like you would with another high-end router or another router that has a little bit more bells and whistles. But that's kind of some of the trade-offs that you get. And I'm at a point in my life right now where I want these devices to really work, and I don't want to have to do a lot of tinkering and fussing with these units. And the reason why I want to talk about this router is because of this phone. You need a device, you need a router that can prioritize traffic within your network. So you don't want to be on a business phone call and then having to contend with, somebody else watching Netflix or maybe streaming a game. And this device does a very good job of giving you the ability to prioritize a couple devices. And once again, since it's a simple device to use, you're limited in how many devices you can actually prioritize on your network. But this works for me. It gets the job done. Like I said, this is a home office that we're talking about. And I can prioritize the priority on this device as well as this PC behind me, which I can use for a smartphone. And I can also prioritize a couple other devices in the network. Like I said, it gets the job done. I wouldn't recommend using this for maybe a larger home office. Maybe you have 4 or 5 or 6 more devices. Maybe you have more of these voice over IP phones that you have to work with. You might want to get something a little bit more purpose built for that function. But for a couple devices that you need to prioritize on your network, and for the home office worker, I mean, this is really all that you need to get the job done. So this is the Linksys MR8300. This is my voice over IP phone from 8x8, the cloud phone service provider, and this is my setup. So if you have any questions, let me know what you think. This is Jamal Abbott, and I'll talk to you soon.